I'm Aaron Brink with Stiles Machinery, and here to talk a little bit about what Heisman is showing on the show on sanders. So obviously here we have a Heisman MFA impression machine. We see a lot of trends for wanting to do more with a single machine. So this is a good example of the trend that we see. Obviously being able to do calibration, veneer sanding, finish sanding, effect sanding, texturing, edge break, all in one machine. So very, very flexible. And this is the trend that we see in the market. There's some unique features that you see on this machine. In particular, you can see a light bar in the front. As you run this machine, actually the light bar changes and helps guide the operator so you know where to send the parts in, and helps you optimize the usage of your abrasive belts so you get the most out of your abrasive belts. There's some samples on the wall that show some different types of sanding. There's a lot of interest in effect sanding today, where we try to do different effects, from texturing, from making things look like they're rough sawn, to finishing things like solid surface. So again, a lot of flexibility is kind of the name of the game today, and a machine like this can really do all of that. If you come around to this side of the machine, I can show you one of the biggest trends that we're seeing now is adding brushing to machines. So you can see with this head, we call a planetary sanding unit. It can slide out and you can change the abrasives for all different kinds of applications. So you can see from texturing with things like wire brushes to breaking edges or seal sanding even profiled surfaces. So very unique, very flexible solution. And that's really what's driving things forward. It's not just about replacing machines anymore, it's about how do you do more in the same space, how do you do more, automate more, and this is kind of the ticket to do that. My name's Aaron Brink with Stiles Machinery, here at the LIGNA 2023 at the Sitex booth, partner of Stiles. Excited to talk a little bit about what Sitex has to show here. Here we see a few different things, but Sitex is a company based out of Italy that really focuses in on the automation of the 3D membrane pressing process. Starting from the pre-press side, going to the pressing side or on-press side, as well as the post-press side. We see a few different technologies here. If we come down to the end, we'll start by seeing a new and patented machine by Sitex, which is a automatic positioning system. When we talk about membrane pressing, the parts have to get laid up on a table. In this case, typically a pin table. What this machine can do is take the parts that get laid down and position them properly so that we can eliminate the labor that's required to manually do this process. Here behind me, when we talk about the post-press process side, after the foil has been pressed onto the parts, we actually have to trim those parts off. Typically that's done with people. Now we can do that with machines. So that we have a automated trimming machine. In this case it's 2 arms, and this would take the foil that's on the doors and automatically go around the foil, trimming out each and every part, and doing that very quickly without damaging the part. Obviously reducing the amount of labor that's needed to do this, which is traditionally done by hand, and obviously also saving money on defects and rejects that get damaged from the manual trimming process. Again, very unique technology. Sitex actually invented this trimming technology some time ago and would be the leader in this field.
Typically interior cuts.
So in this machine we can see the back side of the doors or the parts that have been pressed, and that's going to be like a cabinet door or a closet door or something. On the opposite side we're going to see some sort of a decorative surface, whether it be a wood grain, a high gloss, a matte finish, white, whatever. This technology obviously has been around for a long time, but it typically involves quite a bit of labor, and now we can automate that more and more. So again, we see doors that are flipped upside down. That's always how it comes out of the press, and then you have to trim it, and then obviously on the opposite side you're going to have a finished work piece.
Gotcha.
over here on this side of the booth, we see a new machine from Sittex, and this is a machine for sanding the shaker panels or the center panels on a shaker door. Again, a typical part that gets pressed with a membrane press, but of course the challenge is the center panel has to be prepared properly in order to get a good quality result after the foil is pressed. So with this machine, they're using several different grit sandpaper to sand that center panel to get that quality perfect before it goes to the press. Again, unique technology, 2 arms, shuttle tables that can move in and out to sand the center panel of these shaker doors to solve the problem of the MDF center panels. Again, very, very innovative technology from Sittex here, and can really automate the entire process from A to Z on the membrane pressing side. My name's Aaron Brink from Stiles Machinery, here in the Cooper booth at LIGNA. I want to talk a little bit about what's new, what's different, what we see as trends. So Cooper obviously is a specialist in veneering equipment. Typically, obviously, we're taking flitches of veneer, which is thin wood. We have to cut that and splice it together to make something that's usable, and then it gets pressed on a board normally. So one of the new things that's we're seeing a lot of interest in the industry is, instead of traditional thin veneer, we also are starting to see more people wanting to use thick veneer in place of solid wood for things. The Cooper FL Innovation machine, which they're showing here, has the capability to splice thick veneer up to 5 millimeters, glue it on the fly, join it. Very quick process, and obviously gives the capability to use this type of product for furniture and have a very durable, nice surface. The other things that you'll see here today is obviously automation is a big trend. So even all the way up into the bigger guys, where we talk about handling of veneer, maybe that's already been laid up before pressing, sorting, after machines, and obviously you see some specific end-of-arm tooling in this case that's related specifically to the handling of thin veneer sheets without picking up multiple sheets. Again, thanks for the time. Happy to be here. So here we're standing in front of the Cooper FL Innovation Splicer. What this machine does is it joins 2 pieces of veneer so that you can make full-size sheets or pieces that are going to suit your furniture. So in one pass, you're taking the pieces that's putting glue on the edge and curing that glue at the same time. So it goes in as 2 pieces and it comes out as a wider piece. This can be done as many times as you need to get to the full-size sheets.
To get the width?
Yeah, this machine you can do really unlimited width. So again, whether you're making full sheets of plywood or individual furniture parts, this is a great solution for doing that. My name is Aaron Brink with Stiles Machinery here at the Maycor booth in LIGNA 2023. Excited to talk a little bit about the technology that Maycor is showing. Here behind us we have the Maycor Evolution D, which is a twin-arm, 5-axis Cartesian robotic spray machine. This machine scan parts and obviously recognize the parts and spray the edges as well as the surface perfectly, which can save coatings as well as deliver the highest quality finish on the products. These 2 arms can work separately or in conjunction with one another to give ultimate flexibility as well as quality. Behind us here on the other side, we have the Maycor Excellent CM80. This is a new machine which is patented for high production, high speed, and also very high quality. You notice the large booth size as well as the very wide belt. This helps to ensure that the filter life is long and that the overspray ends up on the belt instead of in the filters. So this is a unique technology that Maycor has launched, and excited to see the potential here. Behind us here on the other side, we see some profile finishing technology. And this is what we call UV gesso. So in this case, we're taking boards which could be finger jointed or have defects, and we're filling these with a UV putty. So In the case of a knot hole, for example, we're filling that in on the fly to turn something which otherwise would be waste into a usable board. So obviously taking things that might be low value product or waste and turning them into a high value product that you can do something with. Very interesting technology. This is something that we're seeing a lot of interest in the US, as well as we've already installed systems. And this is very interesting for a lot of people, and I think this trend will continue to grow. We can see here that we're applying a UV coating and then curing it immediately after. Normally this process would involve sanding in between with several coats before it's primed, and then of course we have a perfect surface which we can make some sort of component out of. Behind us here on the other side we have a Maycor Iriday Max. This machine obviously is a profile finishing machine which is going to spray the profiles of parts, moldings for example. Integrated in the same machine we can also do wiping. So if we're staining for example, we can wipe the surface right here in the same machine. So again, a lot of interesting and unique technology from Maycor. Thanks for spending the time with me. Hope we can help solve problems for a lot of customers in the future. I'm Aaron Brink, Stiles Machinery, here at the Venjacob booth at LIGNA 2023. Excited to talk a little bit about what Venjacob is showing, what's kind of new and what's trending in the industry. So Venjacob here has a couple spray machines, the Ven Spray 1, which is their entry-level spray machine. Obviously good for smaller shops or shops that need a machine that's not designed for high speed or necessarily high production, but a very nice high quality machine at that lower affordable range. Next to us here we have the Ven Spray Perfect. The Ven Spray Perfect would be kind of the top of the line spray machine. Has a lot of unique technology from multiple zones in the cabin, so for ultimate air control, to some special cleaning technology for the belt, which really sets this machine apart. This is a machine that goes into a lot of high production cabinet operations in the United States, and obviously with its technology really shines for the cabinet industry especially. Come around here and we'll see inside the machine briefly, and then we'll go back around to see some of the other stuff. Inside the machine here you see a unique thing called the paint shuttle. This paint shuttle allows for coating in small batches. Of course this machine could be configured with multiple guns that have multiple circuits. The paint shuttle, which is shown here, allows for if you had just a small quantity of paint without loading up a whole circuit, you could do that with just a small quantity of paint without a big mess. We have the paint recovery system as well as the belt cleaning here, and some unique technology which sets Venjacob apart. And we won't get into all the details here, but really top level equipment here from Venjacob. Coming around here on this side, obviously drying solutions are a big part of every finishing operation. Putting the coating on the parts is one thing, and drying it as efficiently as possible is another. Here we have a UV oven which features several different drying technologies. The UV lights here are what we call UV surround, so we can cure both the surface and the edges. And then of course the last unit here is the LED UV light system. The benefit of the technology, the way that Venjacob executes is a significant energy savings compared to a traditional LED or traditional UV operation. Behind us here we see roll coating. This is a new thing in Venjacob. For the last 5 years or so they have been building roll coating machines, and we see some unique technology that they're featuring with roll coaters. So we can see in this machine here which they're running, they are actually priming the 5-piece or MDF door with roll coating, and then spray finishing it. So after it's primed, it's sealing off the surface, and then obviously allows us to still get down in the grooves and the cracks for a unique and different type of solution than what generally is done, which is spraying all the coats. Again, pretty cool technology. A lot of the technology in this case is in the actual roller itself and the material which the roller is made of. So again, thanks for spending the time to walk around the VentureCop booth. Look forward to talking to customers about the potential solutions we can help provide.
Hello everyone, I'm Chuck Carter with Stiles Machinery. I'm here at the Woodworking booth at LIGNA 2023. In the Woodworking booth this year we're showing a kitchen cabinet work cell. The kitchen cabinet work cell consists really of three machines here. We're going to demonstrate this for you. What this work cell is going to do is it's going to take a pair of Stiles rails. It's not only going to trim them to length, so each pair is identical in length, but we're also going to be able to coat the end. Now you can see that the operation is fully automatic. The operator loads the workpiece, clamp, sends it down to first the cutoff saw, and then the profiler will intercept the wood piece as it comes back through. So it gives a tighter fit as the tool only intersects the wood one time. After we have the components there ready to go, now we're going to take it through the profiler. This is going to do the lineal profiling of the edge. Again, it's fully automatic, so these machines work together. And as the work pieces come out, they are ready to assemble. Now what's unique about this is we can do very, very short length pieces. We can get it down to about 4 inches and a maximum of about 100 inches. The problem that it solves is it gives us a chance to make a perfectly square, high quality door, and we can make them one at a time, or we can batch them and run several hundred. Typically you're going to look anywhere from 600 to 1,000, say, doors for an 8-hour shift, depending on how you run it. As you can see, we started with really an S4S pattern, and we have a perfectly square door that's going to take care of a lot of the rework. Now, there's a piece that's missing, and that's the inside panel. So if you'll follow me, we'll now introduce you to the shape and sizer. Now the outside profiling here on the panels, we're not only going to make it perfectly square, but we can take up to 35 millimeters depth of profile off. So you don't have to cut it several times, getting everything nice and square. We can take off 35 millimeters. There we go. We can take off 35 millimeters here. That's going to save a lot of time in the process there by being able to machine that in one pass. As you can see, it's fully automatic, just like the kitchen cabinet work cell. You have a profiler and a jump coat. The stacked tools are about 12 inches in height, so we can have multiple tools loaded, and we can change from one profile to another in less than a minute. In fact, it takes about 15 seconds to make a tool change. Just like the tenoner and the profiler making the outside frame, fully automatic, reducing your labor needs, and very fast, efficient to say changeovers accurate. So Woodworking has been making, say, machinery for more than 100 years. They have been in the U.S. market now for the last 4 or 5 years, specifically in the kitchen cabinet, and it's changing and making the way we make kitchen cabinets completely different. But providing the customer the highest quality surface finish. You can see that 7,000 RPM. It's very, very, very smooth, very accurate. Woodworking is also located in all of our showrooms at Stiles across the U.S. You can set up a demo and check us out at stilesmachinery.com.
Hi, I'm Ken McFadden with Stiles Machinery here at LIGNA show in 2023. I'm in Hall 26 at the Wemhoner booth. Wemhoner is showing some of their latest technologies in the short cycle pressing business. And Wemhoner, for those that aren't familiar with this, Wemhoner specializes in surface lamination. So they have all products from flat lamination, through feed lamination to short cycle pressing for both melamine furniture boards and laminate flooring, as well as 3D membrane pressing. Wemhoner has been in business for 90 years. So they have a long history. Stiles has been representing Wemhoner since 2001 actually. And we have a lot of American customers, a lot of excitement in this area. We have been, again, it's day 2 of the show. The show goes until Friday. And we're basically at the show here. We've got several people working the booth. And come by and see us.
Ken, can we take a look at that machine around the wall?
Makes it a little easier because I'm running out of content. Okay, what Wemhoner does have in their booth is a hydraulic station, and basically this is the latest technology on what they call the hydraulic pressure buildup in the machine. So for customers that are wanting to get a deep structure pressing using the registered embossed technology, this system here using nitrogen actually allows Wemhoner to achieve 100% hydraulic pressure in as little as 1.2 seconds. And that's very important for customers, especially in either the furniture or the laminate flooring industry, to achieve a very high pressure in a short amount of time to make sure that we get the maximum depth in the film to give it a real high quality 3-dimensional look.
And can you take me through these stations? What am I looking at here? I don't need, it doesn't have to be in depth, but.
So what you're looking at is the complete hydraulic system for the press. So you have the main hydraulic pump. You have all of the different valves that control all of the different hydraulic cylinders. The blue tanks that you see are actually filled with nitrogen. This is what gives the boost to open the valves quickly. So these are what is called accumulator technology.